everyone. We're going to do something a little bit different. Here we're looking at audio. And so while we're editing the video, before we put the transitions, we might put in some background music. Also, I want to look at the microphone too as far as equalization, EQ. So let me go to audio and grab the background music I want to use. I think I might just go ahead and clip this off at the end. Okay, now if we go here and we start playing
Bachelor of Science in Information Technology.
Okay, the audio on the backing track, the music is a little bit too loud, so I can actually grab it and raise it and lower it here, which a lot of editors will allow that. Usually on this I need to go to like negative 15, negative 16 decibels. Another thing to look at is the audio on my microphone. If you notice, it's very choppy in volume. That's one of the issues with voice, is that it has great differences in volume. About the only thing that's even greater is a piano. Pianos are just horrible to record, by the way, because of that. Okay, so let's see how the difference in volume is, and then
Scores. The journey of 1,000 miles begins under one's feet. Your education journey begins right here, and we will take the first steps together.
Okay, the balance is about right, but looking at equalization, this is where things get interesting. The work by Fletcher and Munson, which is actually going back to the 1930s, as volume increases, your sensitivity to the extreme bottom and top end of the frequencies increases, especially upper frequencies. Now, with voice, a couple things going on here. A lot of people will boost bass, cut the mid-range here, and then boost the treble. Don't do that. That's a no-no, because again, research is as the volume goes up, you're more sensitive here and here. I assume when people are listening to whatever this video is, the videos we make, they're not going to be listening really quiet. And a lot of what makes your voice intelligible is actually in these ranges. So if you cut it, you really mess up the clarity of your voice. So, another thing in audio science is that when you have two different sounds, if they're in the same frequency range, they'll really interfere with each other. One will cover up the other. If they're at different frequency ranges, they will tend to both be intelligible. So, with this, the human voice, a lot of what makes a voice intelligible are the sibilants, and those are roughly 3,500, 4,000 hertz. So typically, especially if I have background music, I will actually boost this maybe 3 to 4 dB, 3 to 4 decibels, so that it cuts through a bit. Now, this particular microphone does not offer much on the bottom end, so to give it a little bit more body, male voice, typically the bottom end is going to be about 125 hertz. If it's lower, you might get something down in the octave below it, which would be 63. Boost these both up about 3 dB, 3 decibels. A little bit of boost at 4,000 to make the S's and T's pop out a little bit more, which will make it more intelligible. Don't boost these 8 and 16K because there's not much important there unless the microphone really is cutting it a lot. Don't I would recommend not boosting these, especially on female voices. It adds a lot of, I'd almost say, garbage. It's almost like having ice picks driven through your ears. So don't boost these. This is where your S's and T's are. Boost that a little bit, maybe a little bit on the bottom end if you need it to add body. This particular microphone I'm talking into automatically has a bit extra in this range, so I don't boost it then. So we'll do that. Let's see what we have.
In this course, we'll look at a number of important areas in IT, as well as what it takes to be a better communicator online and as a professional.
Okay, voice is a little bit more clear. The music is far enough in the background so that it's not interfering. We can actually improve that. Let me pull this up. Here is the settings for the music. See, it's way down here, negative 15 decibels, so it's back far enough. EQ, depending on the music, if you want to add a little body, add about 2 to 3 decibels on the bottom octave or two. This really isn't interfering much with the voice because much of what gives your voice is up here. This will give it a little extra oomph. The other thing is, again, as the volume increases, your sensitivity to high frequencies increases as well. Especially at 4K, this was the sibilance. I don't want the music to interfere, so I'll actually cut this at least 4 decibels to save that range for the voice. Okay. Also, because your sensitivity does go up as the volume does, I want to cut this down as well in the upper frequency, starting at 2K. And I'll cut 8 and 16K by at least 3 decibel, okay, as well. So I'm saving these for the voice. So lowering the music in that range to help put your voice a little bit more forward. And let's see what we have. Okay, and we hit play.
First step we're going to take is write your own welcome message. I have mine right here. And so in this thread below me, write your own. You can even use video if you want. You don't have to, but that is an option.
Okay, so with the equalization here, we add a little bit of body in both the voice at 62 and 125 hertz. Female voice, you're probably going to be looking at 125 and 250 hertz for the bottom end to give it a little more body, oomph. The music, bottom 2 octaves, 32 and 65, just a little bit if it's needed. As far as treble, I add a little bit at 4K to make the S's and T's a little bit clearer. Now, depending on your microphone, some do boost that a little bit naturally. So if it's not really bright at that point, go ahead, add a little bit, and then take it out of the background music. So I've lowered the treble on the background music to save that range for the voice. A little bit of science there, but
after that, go to the second step, which is read and acknowledge my expectations message. There are a number of things in there that will help you better in this course as well as future courses at.
So, by EQing in this way, the voice is a little bit clearer, the music is there, and it's not stepping on the voice, especially the sibilance at right around 3,500, 4,000 hertz. A little bit of science in the equalization and audio right there, and I hope this helps. So in case you're editing and playing with music in the background, go out and have some fun.